The
For
clinch
what?
playoffs, you can put that X on there already.
You think so already, huh?
And the Y. And the
I don't know
Z.
why.
He's on the 30-yard line. The 20, the 10, touchdown!
One-man army, Rambo. Baby walking like Naomi Campbell. Make me wanna risk it all, take a gamble. Little butterfly tattoo on her.
Just start over.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to our fantasy football league, where I take this baseball nut, and we go to the world of football. We are now on week 6 of our fantasy football recap. But Tim, before we start talking about this, there's something I wanted to show you and everybody else because I thought this was interesting. I am going to throw this up here. I think it is zoomed in enough everybody can see it. Yes?
Yep. Perfect.
So what we're looking at here is the power rankings for the league. So the colored dot, so like the filled in dots are our current rankings. The open dots are our draft day, where we were slated to be for draft day.
Now,
So
let me add
we
some more
had-
context to that real quick, Corey. Let me add some more context to that. Remember how we had talked about last week for the rule change or the point change?
Yes, we had changed the rules, so this whole thing had gotten basically flipped.
Oh, yeah. So with me having some
Kinda,
of the guys that
sorta.
I had picked, putting me in second place, trying to figure out why I was so powerful in some of the games. Now that that's gone, I'm having to pick up other players that are moving through the depth charts to try to make up that ground. So that's where that 2 to 10 is coming from, which is fine. I'm not a big football guy. I'm still
And
having
now
fun.
the guys...
We're going to get into last week's matchup here in a second, but like, yikes.
now it's also for teams like mine and Curtis's, where it's we don't have any return guys. I don't.
No.
I don't have any guys
straight
that are
players.
just
You don't have
that
special
aren't
teams.
just kick returners. And we talked about it last week. I averaged 402 points a game. I didn't average that this week.
I mean,
but
no, your shot last week was a 370, which is not bad.
which is 34 under.
Yeah.
Which is okay, but it's still but now that we're looking at it this way is now it's basically based on position players and whose defense you have. Not about having a kick returner that takes one kickoff 103 yards for a fucking touchdown.
And gets 109 points.
And it's a game, and it's a match breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So, like,
insane.
So we covered week 1 very briefly. We'll do it again real quick. He beat me by almost 400. Week 1 before he changed it, because he had 2 guys that were kick returners and punt returners only. DJ Dallas and the dude in Carolina, right?
Raheem
from-
Blackshear.
Yeah, Blackshear. Both return kicks for touchdowns, 122 points apiece. Like, I couldn't do anything. But now that is switched, he actually lost that one. Because he took
when
away,
I made it 1
250
point.
something points.
Well, when I made it 1 point per 10 yards, Blackshear went from 204 points to 20, and Dallas went from 123 to 12. So that took away
almost 340
points and absolutely plummeted my score, which is fine. It's fine because that should not have been able to make or break the
or
game.
Coop scoring
as
almost
bad as it
900.
did. Yeah, like Marvin Mims had 69 points when I adjusted it. He went from 109 to earning 6.9 for kick return and 4.7 for punt return. So massive drop there, which is fine because that's what it should be. There should not be any 1 point wild card or one play wild card that makes a match winnable for anybody. That's not fun.
No. No. And then so it's just like, and so now I know I'm up where I'm at because of it. I understand that. But now I feel it's more enjoyable now for me too, because now it's like you have one kick returner, and good for you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
If he gets the ball, is he gonna carry it far or is he gonna get stopped?
I know you tried it too. I built my team with players that I know play. With guys that I know are in the lineup at all times and are always playing. I had K9 out for 2, which sucked, so I had to pick somebody up. But now he's back and he's brought 42 points.
Yeah.
Second game back, 42 points.
I mean, I'm currently not digging, but I'm pulling apart rosters to look and see who's next man up, who's second string, who's second option. Because the first option, they're out, they're injured. Whatever it is, they're not doing well. So I need to find a way to put my backups in the meantime while these guys are not playing anymore.
Yeah,
that's what I'm currently dealing with. And like,
and that's what's going to happen to me here in about, I don't know, 7 weeks. That's what's going to happen to me. I'm going to have to drop somebody and pull a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because I think Lamar's is week 14.
Yeah. He's coming up. I mean, it's a month and a half away, but it's coming up.
Yeah. But, and then the other problem is I'm going to have to find somehow to fill a 300-point void. The Ravens defense is like 80, 90 normally, 70 to 90. Lamar's 90, like mid 90s to mid 10s, mid 20s.
Depending on how he does, yeah.
Depending on who he's playing, yeah. Well, he put up 92 this week.
92. And 120.
Don't know how the he got outplayed by Gino though. That's beside the point. Gino played like shh.
Well, for Lamar, he had 77% pass completion, 320 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 11 carries, and 40 yards. So the amount of yards he passed.
Yeah, he was 20 of 26, 323, a touchdown, and a pick, and he had a pick.
For Gino?
No, for Lamar.
Did he have a pick? Oh yeah, he did have a pick. Yeah, he had 1 interception. Yeah, but when you look at Gino,
and then you look at Gino's, he went
2 interceptions,
30 of 52,
yards, 1 touchdown, 57% pass completion, 1 carry, no rushing yards. So he was getting obliterated, completely obliterated at pass play.
But if you also look at 30 of 52, 20 of 26. So he had 10 more. So he had 10 more completions. So that's what, 10 more points?
Yeah, 10 more completions.
So that's.
But he also had.
He also had another pick.
22 failures. So he lost. He actually technically had 12 points on top that he missed out on. But when you're looking at first downs for points, Lamar had 16 passing first downs, whereas Gino had 18, and then he netted 18 points from completions and attempts. He netted 30, so 52 attempts, 22 incompletes. So each attempt is 1 point. Incompletes -1. So he actually netted 30 points, where Lamar netted 20. So that's where the 10 points on that comes from, and then the yards brought Lamar up. And there's higher.
Still, and if you, and then when we go into the top performers and stuff like that, we will. It's a lot closer than it should be.
Well,
considering he threw the ball 52 times is why it balances out, because he missed 22 of them.
Well, I just want to put this out there. That's why it'll
balance out a little bit.
Just want to put this out there. So you wagered that Blue was going to win, Armchair was going to win, that Mirith, Star, and you were going to win. So I was
taking that top spot back, damn it.
You got 4 of those
Okay.
right.
We need to put this in perspective real quick for everybody because you and I were talking about it. You want to tell them or you want me to do it?
Tell what?
The thing.
Oh,
So-
the fact that I was projected to lose my 6th matchup.
No, that I was trying to rub that shit in your face. So I was trying to do.
Oh yeah. You were trying to. Yeah, you were definitely trying to make me feel like the loser here.
Well, I read it. I read it as like I'm 0-6. I didn't see I'm not. I didn't see the not. I saw I am. I was like, yeah, that's not surprising. He goes, I'm not 0-6. Asshole. I was like, oh shit, I didn't read that right. But so before we get into the predicted, he texted me something. So me and Curtis were the 2 top dogs.
Yep, you guys still are.
I won. Everybody else in my division lost.
Yeah.
Curtis lost. Everybody else in his division won. That, I was like, wait, fucking what? I was so confused until he was like, yeah, go look at it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Every Fallen Star team besides Curtis won their match, and every High Noon team lost their match, except for you, which is interesting.
Which one? I was like, are you kidding me?
Because when you look at the standings right now, the as of last week, everything is kind of flopped. So High Noon, you're at 5-1. Whiskey's 3-3. He's 500.
Oh my! I'm so glad I'm not your division. Thank God.
So Mahones is 2-4. Blue Green is 2-4. Eastie's 1-5. So everyone earned a loss except for you. You earned another win.
Hey Cam, remember your stat thing you wanted to get into real quick?
Yeah, we're gonna get into it in a minute.
Okay, cool. Because I'm looking at mine. I'm looking at something. It's fucking crazy.
So on High Noon, everyone earned a loss except for you. But then in Falling Stars, now it's Armchairs 5-1. Curtis is 5-1.
That's why I said I do not want to be in the fucking division because there'd be 3 of us at 5-1.
Mirth is 3-3. Star is 3-3. I'm 1-5. So
am I the only one above 500?
3 teams at 5-1. 3 at 3-3. 2 at 2-4. So
am I the only one at 500 or above 500 in my division?
Yes, you are the only one.
Coop, God, give me your account. I'll fucking help you out. Coop, give me your account.
Well, I mean, you and I are going to
give me your account.
You're not going to talk about players.
Just send me your information. I know you kind of watch this shit. Send me your account, and I'll fucking help you.
We're going to get to that.
Because somebody has to be fucking up here with me. My back's starting to hurt. Jesus Christ.
All right. So
now I know how he felt when we did baseball, carrying my dumb.
Exactly. But that's okay. So like when you pull up the power rankings earlier, that's where that comes from. Is every team currently closest to 10 has the 1-5, and every team closest to 1 has the 5-1. So that's where you're first. That's where Armchair is second. That's where Curtis is third.
And I'm pretty sure everybody understands fantasy football that would watch us. But the reason why I'm 1 and Curtis is 2 is because I have the head-to-head on.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if anybody... Yeah. It's not... And I know the people who watch this are here for baseball, or baseball. So it was just something I wanted to point out, just in case, So that's like if Coop comes back and we end up tied, he's 1, I'm 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's beating you. But I'm going to whoop that ass when he comes back. I swear to God, if I... Wait, hang on, I need to check this. If I'm facing
and that's
him week 14,
that's why Armchair is behind Curtis. Well, currently ahead of Curtis in overall standing for power, but technically behind Curtis in standings because Armchair has lost to Curtis this season. And
yes! Thank God! Oh, thank God! Yes! Thank God! I do not face Coop week 14 when my big guns are out.
So, like you had predicted that Blue was going to win, I ended up winning my match.
I'm so
You got the
happy
stars
now.
correct. I almost got the Mahoney's Mats correct. That one ended up going to stars. So you got 4, I got 4, and then now we can break down. Now we can break down last week. You ready?
Yeah. There is something that right before we do that, can we look at do you want to do the stat thing now or do it after we're done with that?
I want to see what you want to talk about.
Okay, so if you go into your standings and just pull it down a little bit, there are half the league has 2,000 points for.
Yep.
There's only 4 teams that have sub 2,000 points again. Or there's 6 teams. How the that makes no sense. How do you have the least amount of points? You don't have the least amount of points I do. No, I don't. Mahones does, but no, we don't. Mirth does.
Mahones is barely beating you by 1.7 points allowed.
Oh, Mirth's at 19, yeah.
Yeah. Eastie has allowed the most points against them every game.
All right, God, I want to get off of this.
6th place at 1994. They're at 21-17.
And
but
then,
I have,
yeah, that's that I was saying.
I have scored the fewest points.
You haven't even
of everybody.
17. Are you kidding me?
What?
I have over double you.
No.
I'm at 2214. You're at 1605. Holy shit.
600 points more than me, not double.
Oh, well, you know what I meant.
You're 1.5.
I looked at the little number, not the big number. Shut up.
Yeah, I figured as much.
But it's just, and then and I'm not being mean or anything, but let's take out the bottom 7 and look at us top. Look at us 3 on the top. 2214, 2173, basically, and 2134. Yep. We have the top 4 defenses in the league with 1892, 1907, and then 1965, which isn't, or 1967, which isn't bad.
Points against or points allowed, it is still you, Curtis, Armchair in that order.
Yeah. So it's me, Curtis, your sister, and then Armchair.
Yep. Yeah, I have the worst winning divisional record. I'm 0-4 in my division.
I'm 3-1 because of Coops.
The only blemish.
That's the only blemish on my record. That's the only blemish is Coop.
Yeah.
Because Kamara got shut down. And then if you look at the moves, I've made 3. Mahones has made none.
Yeah.
And he's lost. And he's on a 4-game losing streak. Ever since Armchair lost. Okay, wait, hang on. Now I want to look at this because we've already had the one Goliath versus Goliath take apart. When's the next one? Me and your sister. Ooh, that revenge is coming. Week 10 is
it's week 9. You and Cooper week 9.
Yeah, but then it's me and the other Titan.
Yeah, you and Armchair in week 10. Yeah.
But that was just something I wanted to point out because you have now started getting me into that type of stuff.
Yep.
It's by looking at it and say, hey, look, this is why, or like you did with the last part of baseball, this is why your team sucks. We switched around 4 players, and my average went up.
Well, your average went up because you had guys that weren't just swinging for the fence or trying to get the extra base; they were trying to get on base. And you had pitchers added to your rotation that were pitching better, not just pitching for contact, but actually pitching to pitch.
And I had relievers.
And then the relievers is the key there. So that's something that a lot of people undervalue in fantasy baseball. Is having the appropriate person in position.
The appropriate personnel for the situation that's needed.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and put the X by my name already, by the way. The clinch playoffs, you can put that X on there already.
You think so already, huh?
And the Y. And the Z.
And the Y.
And that little star thing.
You think you're going to hold the best record the entire way, huh?
All it's going to depend on is how I can hold my own in week 14.
Yep.
That's all it's going to be.
All right. So you ready to break down last week?
I'm going to look at a trade first.
So when we look at
got him.
the actual scores for everybody last week, so after I ran initial numbers, after we talked on Tuesday, I was supposed to be up on Green by about 100 points. But he picked up a quarterback, he picked up a wide receiver, so he ended up earning 120 points. So that put the projection at 345 to 349.
Who's
3 point
got him?
difference.
Who's got him?
Who?
The King.
I don't know who the King is.
I know. Running back for the Ravens. Derrick Henry. Look, dude, if nobody's got him, I'm going to flip my
Who?
Derrick Henry.
Meredith has him.
Okay. Oh, what can I give your sister?
I don't know. But let's talk about this first before you do that. I ain't going to do anything. I ain't going to do anything.
You lying
right?
sack of shit. You did it on our baseball thing when I was trying to help Coop win one week, and you were like, no, and their sister voided it.
Well, that would have taken 3 days to prove anyway, so it wouldn't have counted for the matchup. So I was actually saving
I know, but it still would have been funny. If it would have happened, it still would have been funny.
All right. So last week,
your sister doesn't watch it, does she?
Huh?
Sister doesn't watch this, does she?
No, she does.
We edit this part out, so she doesn't know what I'm trying to do.
So, go back to stats.
Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry.
So Blue Green is originally projected to get 243 against my 349, but he picked up a wide receiver and a quarterback to even out his bye week, put him to 345 to 349. His phenomenal Thursday put him to where he's projected to earn 30 more than me coming out of that match, and it freaked me out. So I had to pick up a couple players. Wait
till we get to mine. Wait till we get to mine. I
did not want to be 0-6 due to picking up bad players. And
he texted me. He texted me and goes, dude, I'm already down by like 300. It's like, I'm already down by like 200. This is bullshit.
Well, yeah, it was. And then on top of
so
it,
was I.
Singletary end up out, huh?
So was I.
Yeah, but your team was going to come back, not mine.
So he was down that way. When we get to mine, I think it was what, Friday? No, was it Friday or Saturday that we talked about it? Saturday we were talking about it. But when we get to my match, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So the ending result of that score is I actually got a 354 over a 313. So Blue ended up at a 313. His team dropped 32 points. They were supposed to earn.
What you did.
This is the interesting part. So it was supposed to be a 4-point spread between the two of us. It ended up being a 41-point spread. So I took my first match. I took my first win of the season. I'm 1-5, which is nice. But this wasn't even the closest match of the week. So we were 41-point difference. Eastie and Armchair.
No.
So Eastie's projected 355. Armchair's projected 389. Now, that match was pretty close. Armchair got 409. Eastie came back and got 371 almost. Now, they both beat their averages. Eastie beat it by 15. Armchair beat it by 20. Armchair was projected to win 9 categories, and Eastie was supposed to win 1. Well, Eastie took 2 more categories from Armchair and got 3 out of 10 victories for categories. Armchair got 7. Rather than being
that son of a bitch.
What?
I dropped Love. I dropped him when he got hurt. Huh?
I dropped him too. I picked him up and I dropped him.
Well, I dropped him because he got hurt.
Yeah.
And I picked up Darnold from Minnesota. That's what I did.
So that 33-point difference between Armchair and Eastie still stayed true, but it actually became a 38-point difference. So they grew by 5 points. They both did better than projected. They both did better than average, but Armchair still won that match. So Armchair came out 5-1 for the week. Whiskey, though. Projected 339 against Mirror's 379. So Whiskey ended up at a 352. Mirrors ended up at a 409. What was supposed to be 40-point favor in Mirror's favor actually ended up being a 57-point favor. Now, Whiskey took 1 more category away from Mirror. It ended up being 4-10, rather than they're tying 1 and Whiskey getting 2. So Meredith earned 6 out of 10, flat out. Beat him by 57 points, so definitely took that one. She beat her average by 30 points, and Coop barely beat his average by 12. So Meredith's team did a lot better than on average, which is incredible because that's the biggest lift so far that we've seen this week. And it is the biggest lift all week in the positive direction.
Yeah. And this week, yeah.
And then Mahones and Morningstar. So Cody. So this match was a 322 to 325 projection. So it was a 3-point difference, 2.9, between Mahones and Morningstar. Now everything said on the projection side that Star was going to win by 3 points. But average said otherwise. Average said that Mahones is going to win. Mahones came in at a 339.5, and the Stars came in at a 345.7. So this 2.9 stayed at a 6.2, still in favor of Star. He actually ended up winning 7 categories, not 6, over Mahones 3. There was a tie that they had in there, one of the wide receivers, but Star took that. Cody took that extra category back and was able to hold on to that lead, just barely holding on to that. If Mahones had actually had one more player put in, would have been Mahones' victory for the week, but it is what it is. So we've had 3 really close matches, 1 blowout, a couple other good averages turn into what they were projected to turn into blowouts, but this one is the one that interests me. Your match versus Curtis. So you were projected 376. He was projected 345.
So we're going to add a little context here because I don't know if you can look at it the way, or I'm going to do it this way. So give me half a second here, guys. So we're going into plus 12. Okay, is that everybody? So going into this, he had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 of his 9 were Seahawks on Thursday night. It was 237 to 41.
Yep.
I was down roughly
194 points.
196. I was down 200. I was down 200.
Yep.
Sunday happened. 42 from DeAndre Swift at 6:30 in the morning. Before the other games start. So that puts me at what? 91?
Mm-hmm.
Before he has anybody else step on the field. Well, he had DJ Moore. So he got 11. So yeah. I was still down 200. And then all my guns hit.
Yep.
I was free. Ask Tim. You can ask him right here, right now. I was freaking out.
See, I thought
because I was freaking out about my match being down by 240. I kept checking it, and I'm like, I think it was like what, an hour or like half hour later.
Yep.
Down by 0.4, and then bye bye, and then
Your team did exactly what they should have done.
Exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. Your team hit the exact score that it said that roughly that it said you were going to get anyways. You were only off by 6.5 points, 7 points. You actually earned a 370 and a 376. Your average was a 369.8, so you were barely.
I was right where I was supposed to. I was right where I was supposed to be for that average.
Yeah. Curtis, his average was 361. He ended up at a 343. So he actually fell short.
He ended up below average because, and everybody knows, because we fell flat on our face.
So here's something interesting for you. So when we look at
is with Seattle having that 3-game skid, they're still playing well, but he's not exploding like he did the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. So here's something interesting for everybody. Something interesting. So my projection for a 349, it ended up coming out at that 354, not because of my quarterback, not because of my running backs, and not because of my wide receivers. It came completely off of my tight end, my flex player who was a running back. My defense did phenomenal, and then my kicker absolutely dominated. My one running back, he's a running back option, Tracy, for the Giants, got 53 points. Majority of those wide receiver points.
You're not allowed to play that when we play.
He got 160% what he was supposed to get for the week over a 20.2 projection. Or, sorry, a projection of 33.5. 20-point difference.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram, first game back. I almost benched him. I'm so glad I did not bench him and I benched Goddard instead. Goddard's first play, hamstring, earns 1 point on the bench. I was like, all right, cool.
I think I
watched
felt
Ingram the whole morning.
Olave, you piece of shit. One catch,
Ingram
6 yards, and he got hurt.
Ingram
As
got
soon
me
as I
33 on a
ask him,
projection of
I was
17.
free. When that happened too, I think I called you. I think I called you. I'm like, oh,
You texted
Olave's
me.
out.
You texted
Olave's
me.
out. Olave's out. He's
Yep.
like, what? What do you mean? Olave made one catch for 6 yards and he's out.
Yep. Yeah. Well, like,
I
so
got
those are my
so
big
scared so quick.
Those are my big two because my kicker got 125 points over a prediction of 16. Same with Green's 25 on a prediction of 9. However, when we look at Armchair, he had 2 players that did not hit 100% for their projection. 2 players. He had one that was perfectly spot on for projection, so his team did a lot better than it was supposed to be. We look at Eastie's. Eastie's team was trying on a projection of 355. They got a 370. Any other team he was playing that week, he would have won, but he lost to Armchair only because of Armchair's phenomenal team increase the entire way, except for his quarterback. His quarterback was terrible.
All
He
but
had-
2 for me.
he
All
had
but 2
3
hit
players
theirs.
at under 100%. But everyone else was above 100 for Eastie, so he had a great job as well.
He had a
When we're looking at
phenomenal
Whiskey's team, he had 4 players not hit 100. The wide receiver, the tight end, the flex, and his defense. But his defense was almost on 100. So really close for Whiskey. His team was trying, just not earning enough points because Merit's 2 players at 57, everyone else 120 or higher for their earning over their projection. So Meredith actually did a lot better. Just phenomenal matchups for every one of her players. When we look at Mahone's, now taking out the 2 factored that had a bye week, had 4 players under 100, 3 that were over 100. And then those 3 that were over 100 had massive differences. Like her defense earned her 31 more points than projected. Had she not earned those 31 points from New Orleans defense extra, that match wouldn't have been as close as it was, and Starr could have looked at it pretty the entire way. He had 2 teams under 100. His wide receiver earned 0.2 off of what the projection was, and then one of his running backs was at half. Everyone else was 100 to 140, so Morningstar's team was kicking butt. Your team, 4 under 100. One was at 6%. The one guy that got 6 that earned
Olave,
you,
yeah.
7 points.
Olave,
before
yeah. One catch and he gets hurt. Little.
Yeah, 1.5, 1.5 points, and he's gone. So that was bad. But then your kicker didn't really get used
5
this week.
under.
You only got 10 points off of him
So,
on a projection
and then-
of 15.
And then like you were saying with the projections, I had Camaro was under. Swift 5 over. Olave, I don't care about you. I hate you. Tank Dell 10 over. Ertz 3 over. K9 5 over. The defense 4 under, but still average.
At a 74,
Still
which is not
average.
bad.
Still
Yeah.
average.
But then when you
I
look at
missed my
Curtis's team,
and I missed my projection by what?
by 6.8.
7?
Yeah, 6.8.
And then you look at dude, holy,
Curtis had
He missed
got
his
5
by
guys
1.5.
under 100. Huh?
he missed his projection by 1.5.
Yeah. He missed his projection by 1.5. He had one guy, his quarterback was 2.7 points greater. His first running back missed it by 19 points. His second missed it by 7.5.
Bad.
His wide receiver missed it by 0.4.
Yeah.
His second wide receiver missed it by 15, almost 16. But then his tight end earned him 11 more. His flex earned him 9.5 more. His defense earned him 21 more. His kicker missed him by 2.6. So his wide receiver, his tight end, his flex, and his defense flipped the difference. And he was 1.3 off of his projection. If he had those point differences, that match would have gone to Curtis.
Yeah. And then another thing that we haven't talked about yet. Look at his bench projection to mine.
His bench projection?
149, and he had 160 and a half. Mine was 142, I had 170.
If he had put in one of those guys...
If he would have put in Johnson, he would have beat me.
Yeah, Dante Johnson earned 34.
If I would have put in Dobbins, I'd have hit that 400 mark again. I'd have hit my normal average.
If he took out more and he put in Johnson, that'll give him 20 points. That 20 points would have put him at 363. Then if he had taken out, he would have gotten close.
But
he would have been off by 0.6.
Yeah, but there's another thing you also got to remember of how I beat him. Of why my average wasn't going to be 400.
Why?
Justin Jefferson wasn't playing.
That's true. He was on bye week.
Because Jay Jetta averages 30.
Yeah.
Now I'm really curious to see what it would have been if we would have put put in those three big guns, then see where it would have been. It probably would have been a 420 to 400.
But when we had talked last week about point adjustments, matches getting closer, matches being finalized, like week 5, there was a 27-point difference, still a 120-point difference, a 7-point difference.
All of these this week were a lot closer.
20. Yeah, like there was a lot of variation last week. This week there was a 40-point difference, a 30-point difference, a 40-point difference, a 5-point difference, and a 20-point difference. No team got destroyed this week. Everybody was close. One player could have made or break the team. That's how these results, in my opinion, should look.
That's going to give me...
Let's look next week. Let's talk about next week because I'm really curious to see... Are you writing it or am I writing it?
You.
You gave up?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Corey. Who are you taking for week 7, buddy?
This is the only one that's going to give me fits. How the does he get the advantage on quarterback? Bull.
He gets it by 1.6 points.
They're both projected at 85.
Who do you think is going to take your match next week?
Me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be stressed the whole fucking time about it because now, I have it set. Because now I have my big gun in Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean you've got a 60-point projection currently as everything sits up. We got to see how waivers turn tomorrow. We got to see how everything flips. But
no, I'm sorry, Andrews. I'm not putting you in. That's not happening.
So we both think you for your match against Star, right? Okay. So who do you think for the match against Curtis and Green?
I was looking at my bench and I'm seeing who's playing who, and I kind of Curtis. Whoa, wait a second.
Curtis has 2 on bye and he's not touched his roster yet, and he's got 2 on bye. He's got 1 on the injured reserve, but he has a bunch of players that he can swap out for. So he's got some availability to earn points again.
Johnson
so you go Curtis, you go Green,
or Cole Hardman. There's Pickens too. He can put on there.
Yep. Pickens, Johnson, Hopkins.
As of right now, well, yeah, but then if you also look at play,
What?
Blue Green might be in some trouble though.
Who?
Blue Green.
Yeah, I'm not giving this match to Green this week. I don't think he's gonna win it.
No, because he's got the Niners.
Yeah, he's got Kelsey, 7 or 6 categories over Curtis.
If I was him, put in Mahomes. That Niner defense is good, but I don't think it's going to stop fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Projection 81-1 on 82-3. So I mean,
Curtis.
it's Purdy though. It's
Brock Purdy, yeah. I take Curtis.
Think Curtis.
I don't want him to win, but I think, but I think he's done enough diligence to where he's gonna see he's got guys out and he's gonna switch. And I think he's gonna make the right picks.
Yeah. Okay. So we both think Curtis.
You zone out.
What about Maris and Mahomes?
Yeah.
No, you froze.
Mahomes, yeah, you've been
Mahomes
freezing
or
the
Maris?
whole time. Let me take a look. Your sister also. Oh shit.
She doesn't have a backup quarterback.
I know. That's what I'm looking at. I'll go. I think your sister will find one, but I think Mahomes is gonna take it.
You going to go with Mahomes?
Yeah. Yeah. With Jane Daniels against Carolina, 100%.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to be putting in the Commanders' defense because I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to hold up to the New Orleans line very well. I don't think they're going to be a good pick for points for this week. So I'm going to be adjusting that, and I want to get that pick in before Thursday because that's when they play. I think that the Commanders are going to do a better job defending against Carolina's ball. So I'm definitely with you on there that Jaden Daniels is going to take a lot of points.
Jaden Daniels is going to tear them apart.
I just want to see if Meredith picks up a quarterback or not. I'm going to go with Meredith first because if she picks up a quarterback, she'd easily be at 370. If she doesn't pick a quarterback, she's going to be at 300. So
I'm sorry, Andrews. I'm not putting you in.
All right.
I can't.
So you think Mahomes, I think Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I can't. I can't put Mahomes or I can't put Andrews in. Not with Zach Ertz playing Carolina. I can't.
Nope.
I can't. I want to so bad. Because he's playing Tampa. I want to so bad, but I can't.
But the Buccaneers will stop your tight end, whereas Ertz will not stop at Carolina.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's what
armchair or whiskey? I know who my projection is for this one.
Coop touches his shit.
So Cooper just needs two guys, his tight end and his kicker. That's all he needs to swap out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he has to swap out.
He doesn't he doesn't have a tight end now.
You're right, he doesn't.
He has Hopkins, though. Armchair. Well, armchair.
Well, he's got Ferguson. Oh, he's on bye.
Yeah, I was gonna say armchair unless Burrow falls apart again.
Yeah, if Burrow falls apart,
if Burrow falls apart again,
okay.
like he did the first 4 weeks,
because
he lit up. He fucking lit up my defense.
So
shit.
Currently, with Whiskey's 2 players he has on bye, he's a projected 304. Armchair's got a 377. Armchair's average is a 380. Whiskey's average is a 354. If Whiskey can replace with 2 players on bye and his team does another lift like they did last week, and if Armchair's team falls short, the match goes to Whiskey. But that's if he can get a tight end and he can get a kicker in to replace those points and pick the right player
and get the right one and pick the right personnel to put into that spot.
So I'm going armchair. I'm going armchair for this one. Who are you going?
Go armchair.
All right, last pick.
I have to go armchair just because just looking at it like this, it's got a better roster.
Yeah, well, he's got 8 out of 10 picks right now for better spots.
Yeah, but if he
put
but if you also look at it, if he puts in AJ Brown, he's got a better shot too. Because AJ Brown's on his IR because he was hurt.
True. Hopefully he comes back and puts him back in.
So he's got another weapon he can use to put back in there.
So, last match, me versus Easty.
Not you.
Who do you think's winning?
Mikey.
Think Easty's winning?
I want to see you fucking live. Oh my god, I can't wait for this barn burner. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, Easty, fuck you. You have Kirk Cousins, you piece of shit. Fuck you. No. Fuck your bitch ass.
I have Cousins going against Seattle this week.
I know, fuck you. Oh, yeah, but he's also...
He's got love going against the Houston Texans.
Yeah, but Houston's got a half-decent defense, so it's a problem.
Yeah, and he's also got the New York Jets. He's got their running back. He's got Hall. He's got Eckler for Washington, so he's going to pull out a lot of points. He's got Evans for the Ravens. He's got Higgins for the Browns. Who's the Cincinnati? The Bengals for Cincinnati?
Who?
Cincinnati's the Bengals, right?
C-I-N? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got Kincaid, Amara, and Buccaneers. Yeah, that's not going to work well for you, is it, bitch? Lamar's about
Whereas
to
I've
tear
got
your...
Ingram.
Lamar's
I've
about to
got
tear
Thomas.
that ass apart.
I got Wandale Robinson, Tracy. If Tracy is in the same spot he was in last week and he's running back wide receiver again, he's going to earn more points.
He's going to earn a lot of points, yeah.
Yeah. And then Sermon. Indianapolis is supposed to win that game. The other two running backs for Indianapolis
Against Miami,
are out.
yeah.
So Sermon is going to be playing in, and he's going to be first string. I don't see him earning 7 points, but I'm also looking at trading him out, so we'll see. But, like, it's going to be close. I'm going to say me, just because I don't want to be last place, but also at the same point, I want to try to give it a good shot for this week to see if I can actually beat a team again.
Have the turntables have turned.
Yep. I'm not good at football.
I know how I feel, you piece of Now you know how I felt for 25 weeks. Honestly, this is a toss-up, to be honest. I'm not saying you, I'm not saying him, because it could honestly go either way.
Go either way?
Yeah, it was like me and Curtis. It could have gone this way, it could have gone that way. We both make one adjustment each. It's a lot closer than it is. We make 2 adjustments each. It's a lot. It's either a lot it's a lot farther or it's a lot
closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we're going to see how this week goes.
That's how I feel about yours. That's how I feel about yours. Is that it's either going to be one way or it's going to be like that. Just because of the way both your teams are set up.
All right, guys.
Did we talk about the point earners yet or no? Yeah.
Nope, we haven't yet. Let's do that, actually. I forgot about that.
So for that, wait, hang on.
Week 6.
Yes, and I was on 7. So week 6, mine was... Look at me and Curtis.
Yeah.
Identical.
Yep. Quarterback, defense, running back.
Same team. No, Garrett Wilson's a wide receiver.
Oh, sorry.
No, I meant the first 2. Lamar in Baltimore, Geno in Seattle.
Yep.
So, look at Blue Greens was all Niners.
Mine was the Broncos and then Cousins and then Tracy, so not anyone on the same team. Easty had Tampa Bay, Love, and Hall, so he had 2 from the Green Bay.
No, Reese Hall's a Jet.
Oh, sorry. So he had
You're
none
good.
from the same
You're
team.
good, Dave. That's what I'm here for. Right.
Armchair had Philadelphia, had Burrow, and had Hubbard, so no one on the same team at all there. Whiskey had Mayfield, the Giants, and then Irving. And so he had 2 from the same team, quarterback and then running back on that. Mirith had Williams, the Browns, and Henry, so no same teams there. Mahomes had New Orleans, Daniels, and Mixon. So no same there. And then Star had Steelers, Stroud, and Robinson for points. So
I gotta change that. That was a bad.
Again, defense is number 1, but only because quarterbacks struggled this week.
Mm-hmm. They struggled bad.
Absolutely struggled this week. There were only 2 that were above 100. Everyone else was either at 3 over 100. Everyone else was either at 80 or 70, and a couple were in 90. But everybody was not passing well, not getting a lot of points, getting a lot of interceptions, a lot of passed balls. So it was a very close week for the entire league. Just looking at stats. So that's our 6-week matchup recap.
They have the 4-headed monster. It's in there just to get stronger. Don't let me. Hey, tell your sister not to let me down. It's in there, baby. I gave her something she can't refuse either.
So with week 6 being over, everybody, tune in for week 7 next week as we go to our 3rd week of point-adjusted weeks, where we see a lot more balanced league, but at the same time we see who's going to start evening out or pushing further ahead to get deeper into the season. Huh?
Who's going to either keep taking off or who's going to plummet?
Yeah, who's going to hit the wall or who's going to stay on the road?
Because if you look at it, we're all hitting average. Almost everybody's hitting where they're supposed to be. Everybody. So who's going to make that leap? Swear to God.
I'm going to laugh at the end of the season. You're 3rd.
It's me. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be pissed. Because I talked all this shit before we started this thing that I was just going to run roughshod through everybody.
Yep.
And I have. Except for that asshole in Tacoma.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in this week. Catch you next week as our next episode comes out, and then stick with us for this entire fantasy football season. Love you. Bye.
One man army, Rambo. Baby walking like Naomi, Campbell. Make me wanna risk it all, take a gamble. Little butterfly tattoo on her ankle. It go together with the one on my shoulder. I be like a sailor, swimming in the money. I was broke, won't go back. This a throwback, by the go in cold beer, baby hold that. I'm not there yet, but I'm so close. Shine your light on me, I'm lost. Feeling around in the dark. I can feel it, I'm so close.